Good afternoon, Beyond the Gates fans. It's Monday, which means we are beginning a new week of Beyond the Gates. Now, I don't know if the show started the week off on the best foot. I would definitely have to say this is my least favorite episode in a while because I feel like not a lot of things moved along much today, and then the only storyline that moved along a lot was very campy and over the top, that being Dani and Andre in Vegas to have their really campy Vegas wedding. Now, I didn't hate it, but this was by far the campiest this show has gotten. It was giving Ron Carlivati's Days of Our Lives, which is not a compliment. So, yeah, the wedding stuff was kind of a lot, especially having like a Vegas impersonator, Anita Dupree. I mean, I thought that Tamara Tooney did great. I think she was having fun playing a a Vegas version of Anita over the top. It was funny, but yeah, it was also kind of cringe at times. I did find the drunk acting of Andre specifically quite cringe, but the two characters went along with it. They wanted to really go out to Vegas and be free and marry, and got married in the process. Them getting married, I don't hate it as much as I thought I would last week when I first started thinking about the possibility of them going to Vegas and going through with this. Mostly because I do want to see how this adds to the dynamics of the Dani and Bill stuff. Now, I think what it adds to the Ashley and Andre stuff is going to annoy me, if not just be fast forward material. But what it adds to the Dani and Bill stuff intrigues me. So that's the only part of Andre and Dani getting married that I like, is that I do think it will make for hopefully some compelling stuff with Bill coming up. I also want to see how the family, the Duprees, react to Dani marrying Andre like this. They let Dani get away with a lot when she's in one of her downward spirals, and they always let her get away with stuff. So it's kind of fitting that she goes and gets married, and I don't think the family is going to love this. So yeah, that was definitely by far the biggest stuff today, was the Vegas stuff, but it was quite campy. We then had Bill having dinner with Chelsea and Naomi. He wants to make this a regular thing with his daughter. So we do at least have some more character development with the Bill character here. We are seeing that he is keeping it real, keeping to his word, wanting to be there for his family more these days. So that was good. We then had Doug and Vanessa eating at the same place. Doug kept staring down Bill. Doug wanted Vanessa to retire with him, go traveling. Vanessa says she can't just tell Joey she had a change of heart on their money laundering stuff. Doug asked Vanessa if she's had a change of heart of not wanting to have her sexual relationship with Joey anymore, and Vanessa basically curbed out of having to answer that question. Then when Randy texted Doug, Doug ended up leaving. Bill went to Vanessa to tell her does she realize she's playing a dangerous game, and Vanessa told Bill it's none of his business. Doug then met with Randy to talk about Randy's helper, which I still think will definitely be Haley. I think this is going to be the most intriguing story this week, judging by last week's preview. I don't know exactly what Randy and Haley plan on setting in motion, but I do know if Doug keeps pushing things with Joey, it could be dire consequences for Doug. As I said last week, I don't know how they're going to get out of this story without killing off Doug. I think it's still a little too soon to kill off Doug. I don't think this show can kill off Doug before it introduces Doug and Vanessa's children to the show. So I think if they're going to kill off Doug, we got to at least have some family scenes so that it has more of an emotional impact, so that it could also impact characters on the show and not just Vanessa. So maybe they won't kill off Doug yet. At least I kind of hope not. But I'm very intrigued to see where they go with all of this. Later, Haley's in lingerie when Bill comes home. She wants the makeup sex that he owes her. So Haley's still trying her best to keep her claws into Bill. And then when Bill left, Kat stopped by to talk to Chelsea. At the same time, Martin and Eva were catching up as siblings for the first time in a bit. Um, and then Tomas interrupted them. So we had Tomas later telling Eva his side of the night from hell that Tomas and Kat had, and Kat telling Chelsea her side of the night from hell that the two had. Kat told Chelsea it was a disaster. Kat told Chelsea that sex with Tomas is anticlimactic. She doesn't understand why her body isn't going along with her heart and mind. She says she has chemistry with Tomas. She doesn't, as we see on screen, but she says she does. She says she's attracted to Tomas. Chelsea was trying to tell Kat that telling someone they're bad in bed is hard to come back from. And I would be surprised if Kat and Tomas come back from this soon. Kat also was twisting Tomas's words and saying that Tomas said she was broken. And when Tomas was explaining his side of the story to Eva, he was saying that he didn't say that. He was saying that they're broken sexually and they need to fix it, which is what Chelsea was trying to tell Kat, which is what I said last week, that Tomas was trying to communicate with her to figure out what she does like in bed by communicating. But Kat is very defensive, and so I still don't think Kat comes away from this looking good. Yeah, she's a virgin, or was a virgin. She's new to this sex life, but she has not been very mature with Tomas, which I think is true to life, and I think it makes sense for the Kat character. Now, well, I do agree that Tomas tried with Kat to communicate to see what she does like in bed. Him always running to Eva to tell Eva his and Kat's sex life business when he knows that there is an attraction between the two of them is always some low down dirty shit. And I don't like that Tomas always continues to tell Eva this. And I don't like that Eva continues to hype Tomas up like it's not Tomas's fault. Like he's not bad in bed, like she would actually know because they haven't had sex. But she says she just knows. If they do end up making Eva and Tomas sleep together, I hope the sex is bad. Because this Tomas character gotta go. So tired of the Tomas character, and it's just not really. He doesn't work with either of these women. I want them to be able to move on to some better, more compelling relationships than what we've been getting with Tomas. The last thing to really happen today was Nicole telling Anita that Ted and Leslie did indeed sleep together. Anita calling Ted a fool. Anita saying she could tell that Nicole was searching for a reason to give that man another chance, but he went and screwed it up again, and he did. And then Martin took June over to meet Nicole and ends up meeting Anita too. And we have June talking about how Samantha wants a relationship with her, but Tyrell's not ready yet, and she's nervous about what she's going to say to Samantha when they meet up tomorrow. I am still not quite into this June storyline. I do find it boring. So that's why I feel like today's episode had a lot of the boring stories, had a lot of the stories that continue to annoy me, which is just the Tomas, Kat, Eva love triangle in general. I am still intrigued by the Joey, Doug stuff and Vanessa and where that's going to go, especially this week. It looks like it could get intense by the preview. So I'm hoping it does get intense. And, yeah, the Dani and Andre stuff was definitely the main takeaway from the day. I thought it was cringe at times. It was a little too campy. But the fallout from the story, I am mostly looking forward to on the Dani side of things. Anything Ashley and Andre probably isn't going to work for me because it's yet to work yet. So we'll see. So not my favorite start of the week to be on the gates this week. But I still think we are set up for the rest of the week to be pretty good, or at least I'm hoping.